for you. Does that help? Let's see. Yeah, I didn't like that battle stuff, so I let it go. Then I got a call from Erykah. She was like, "Yo, they want to do this battle and this verses," and I was like, "It sounds like it could be good. The energy." Mm-hmm. This has to be right. I said, she said, what if we celebrate each other? I said, that's what I'm talking about. Let's celebrate each other. Let's go for it. I mean, you don't last this long and then want to, destroy others.
Right.
See it.
And that's definitely when ensued. I was in there for about 90 minutes, and I think y'all were on song number 6. I was like, damn, we ain't nowhere near 20.
Yeah.
How did it feel in the moment? Me and you had conversations leading up to it. And I was like, Jill, you gotta hit him with. I was amping Jill up. Y'all was like, Jill, you gotta blah. And then when it came on, the energy was just so complimentary and an awesome display of sisterhood and queendom. You better say it. I completely was like, she's not gonna need any of these notes. She's not gonna need any of these notes. But how did it feel to you in the moment?
Initially, I was nervous. This is my second time going live. That was my first.
This is your second time?
Yes. that was my first. So I didn't know what to expect from this thing. I hadn't really watched lives, if that's what you're going to call them, too much. I did see RZA and DJ Premier. Shout out for Primo.
Right.
I did see that. And RZA too. And I thought that was really cool. I like the way they handled it. I was like, I want to do that. I want to handle it like that. Mutual admiration and respect. And it was fun. It was fun. I got a chance to tell and share some stories with Erykah that she hadn't even known,
Right.
How could she know she was stuck in traffic? While I'm on the side of the stage panicking because Questlove is like, come on. I'm like, I don't know. If you worry about where.
Well, when you saying that, what you mean? That whole end of that was a vibe.
Yeah. We got there. I sound scared and young, and I love it.
And that, just to keep it 100, that brought us JILLSCO.
That night. DT. Jill Scott representing North Philly.
We wouldn't have that if she was on time.
Right? Right. It's divine intervention, man.
So I'm looking at the playlist. There was definitely some songs I didn't expect you to play. And you left a lot of good records on the table as far as I'm concerned. Because I'm well versed in the catalog system.
Yes.
But what song of yours did you play that you was like, this is my whole everything?
Whenever you're around, when I play that, it's George Duke.
Okay.
It's George Duke. For people who are not, they're not really interested in musicianship or musicians like that, I can understand why you're like, okay, it's a cool bop or whatever. But the lyrics were very dear to me, very honest. And having George Duke was such an honor. It was such an honor. He's gone. He's left us now, but
right.
That was a big deal for me. And then because I don't think a lot of people ever heard it. And then Rolling Hills.
I was dispelled when you played that third. I was like, really, third? I did not expect that, Jill. You went out the box.
I did not want to do anything that was expected. I did not want to just be like, okay, here's a hit. I heard about what happens in these things, but I wanted to share some music. I really did. I wanted to share some stuff that maybe expand my audiences, that particular audience, their horizons on my kind of music. And then when they do more research and buy my catalog, which they are doing, when they, venture out and search for some more things, they find out I'm an actress, and they find out that I'm a writer, and they find out, oh, that's the song from the movie. That's the song from the TV show. Oh, that's the song from the Golden Globes. I didn't even play Golden.
You did not. That, you left out. It's love, hate on me. I'm well versed in the catalog, sis.
If we were to go further, I would have played them.
Okay.
I would have played them, but I just, yeah. I was trying to share.
It was awesome to watch. It was awesome to be a part of it. Was there a worst part of it?
The worst?
Was there a worst part? Or was it just all love? Like, was there one part where you were like, eh?
Not that I recall.
Okay.
Not that I recall.
It's been 20 years, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am. Miss Ma'am.
Yeah.
20 years from Who is Jill Scott?
Yeah.
20 years. Did you even realize and recognize? Did you know, you were like, it's 20 years. Like, when did you wake up and was like, oh, this is 20 years old?
When I went on tour with it. When I was prepping and planning on the 20th anniversary tour.
Right.
That's when I was like, okay, it's official. I might just be official now. You know what I mean? Like, I might just be official. I may have arrived a little bit. I just might have. I'm reading everybody's comments. I'm looking at their comments. They're like, you didn't play, and you didn't play. Nope. And hopefully you will, and tell somebody and talk about this music, to keep it alive. Right. I'm just privileged. I'm privileged and honored to be able to share this time. It's a beautiful time. 20 years later, Tig, 20. I've been touring for a long time. I've been creating for a long time. It's been great. I'll take another 20, 30 if I can manage.
I mean, we here for it. If you're here for it, I want to see fire and hearts and dreams and flowers. Just light up the screen if you were here for it. Light up the screen for Billy right now.
So nice.
One of the things I found interesting last night is, and I felt this was true for both of you, like Erykah was like, my job is touring, and right now I'm unemployed.
Mm-hmm.
This quarantine has affected lots of people in lots of different ways. I got one question somebody sent me earlier. I Am Wisdom said, what have you learned new or different about your craft and or talents since quarantine?
Well, I don't know if it's new, but I know that it's standing out a lot more. There is a certain part of quiet that is mandatory for arts.
Right.
In order to hear it all, all I can do is go in the backyard. At some point, we were so quarantined, it was just about going in the backyard and listening to nature. And I've learned that is crucial. Quieting oneself to hear everything.
Right.
And my pen has really enjoyed that. My pen has really enjoyed that. So I'm writing all kinds of things. I don't know when. I don't know why. I'm not judging it. I've got time. I can write my heart out and take a nap. This amount, I've never had this amount of time in my life, ever. So I'm saddened by what's happening, worldwide. But I believe that in everything, you have to try your best to find the good in it. Find the light inside of it, no matter what it is. I went to the Grammys. I didn't know that it was that much walking my first time. I didn't know. And by the end, my feet hurt so bad.
Was that the gold dress time?
I think it was, or silver or something. I don't know. But I was so upset because my feet were hollering. What I learned is wear comfortable shoes. Hey, well, what's the lesson? What I learned is to put some flip-flops in the bag. Find the damn light in whatever it is. No matter, we lose people. And I've lost so many people in my lifetime. We all have. People that we love, people that we cherish so much. what is the light inside of that you had the time, that you spent the time, that you knew the person, that you got to hear that laugh or tell that joke, or you got to cry with them, or you got to tell them how you really felt about a thing. You know, just finding the light in whatever it is. It will help sustain us and keep us moving. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. It is. There's been some dark times for Jill, and you know, just looking for the light. It helps.
Has it been difficult for you to find the light in being an at-home teacher? With this face, though.
Boy, some people are made for some things.
Uh-huh.
Yep, to some people. Listen, shout out right now to all the teachers everywhere. I love you. I appreciate you. I respect you. You certainly deserve to have more money, and you deserve all the accolades that there are. You need a parades.
Thanks.
Huh? You need parades. You need billboards. You need award shows. You need it all, because you get to learn how much patience. I just got one kid. One. Who's like, squirrel. And I'm like, come back. come back. You know what I mean? Like, just trying to keep him focused, because he doesn't have friends around, and he doesn't have somebody else. You know, that is a real challenge. And some of the stuff I don't even know. I don't know. The new math, I hate you.
New math. So
why would somebody do that?
Make new math?
Why would you do that? Like, you don't have to take that many steps to get to the answer. I don't understand it. I won't understand it. I think it's a part of separating the old from the new. That's the only thing that I can, that's my only conclusion. Separating the old folks from the new folks, I guess.
We're live at the Verizon Artist Lounge with Jill Scott, Miss Tilly from Philly. You mentioned there will be questions I already know the answer to, but this is for the purpose of our conversation.
Okay.
You mentioned the Grammys earlier. I found it interesting that you have more Grammys than NAACP Image Awards and BET Awards. I was like, how? How's that possible?
No, I don't know if that's right.
No?
I don't think that's right. I have 3 Grammys.
Yeah, 3.
The NAACP Image Awards, I feel like I have quite a bit.
Oh, wow. Where they at?
Over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, then my fact sheet was incorrect.
That's okay. I've gotten plenty of awards. I'm grateful for them. I've got Soul Train Awards and Billboard Awards, and
right. But I was leading up
to a couple of those.
Getting to questions I know the answer to. How important are those?
They're really nice. They're really, you know what? I know that my favorite movie, probably of all time, The Color Purple, didn't win any Oscars. And that let me know what the deal was. My first album, Who is Jill Scott, which was everywhere all the time. It startled and scared me how quickly my life changed and how grateful and loving people were towards music. Didn't win a Grammy. It was nominated, I think, 3 times that year and didn't win one. Right. And I mourned that, because that's every artist's dream, to win a Grammy. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I'm bitter. I think that I put it into perspective. There's people that win Grammys and can't tour for 20 years. You know, like, and this is not the goal. The goal is to, to advance to Bette Midler, to advance to Diana Ross, that longevity, the Shaka Khan of it all. To the Sarah Vaughan of it all, to be able to perform and sell out beautiful theaters and stadiums around the world. that's the goal. I'm hoping that, society hasn't changed so much that'll be out of my reach.
Jill Scott live in the Verizon Artist Lounge with V103. Lots of people. So one of the funniest things I saw between yesterday and today was, I think you put it up too, was Taraji P. talking about a lot of people's favorite song, Crown Royal, and why isn't it longer? And will we get an extended version at some point? Maybe not 10 minutes like Taraji wants, but will there be a remix, a revamp, a longer bedroom edition of Crown Royal on Ice?
I think it should be. I had no idea. Like, at the time, most of the time, once a song stops for me and it doesn't move any further, I'm like, and my pen doesn't move anymore, and I don't have an inclination to say anything else, I stop, typically. I go back to it, I listen again, I'm like, ooh, that's all I wanted to say. You know what I mean? Ooh, that's all I want. And then I thought the lyrics were so deliciously nasty. I thought they were deliciously nasty. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I think I can go forward. The producer, J.R. Hudson, has since married and had another three, 4 babies. So I'm sure he can assist in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed and given you lots of credit for showing all sides of yourself. The deliciously nasty to the, I'll put the Vaseline on my face if I got to. And there was an incident maybe a couple years back when they brought brought that old footage of you on stage being grown.
Yes. Talking to grown people about grown things.
In front of grown people doing grown things. I didn't really, did it bother you that it became such a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't expect it. I was really, really put off guard. I caught off guard. That had been a part of my my show, off and on, depending on the audience and what I wanted to say that night. It had been a part of the show for maybe about 5 years, depending, So I was really surprised, but I know who did it. And I know why they did it.
Do tell.
I can. I won't. I won't even give them.
Okay.
Be gone. I will not. I see your work, but you don't know. You just don't know what's in here. You don't know what's in here. That wasn't for you saying you don't know. I'm talking to that person.
Right. Okay. Brown Mona Lisa 22 said, will there be a Jill Scott Erykah Badu tour?
Who knows? It would be monumental. It'd probably be long as shit. I'm sorry, 103 Atlanta. I'm sorry. It'd probably be long. Yeah, it all depends on these schedules. I have my TV show. We're working on that possibly this year. The hopes are high, depending on the status of this virus.
Which TV show? Any clarity? You work a lot.
I do work a lot. It's called First Wives Club on BET Plus.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is our 2nd season. We got picked up, real surprised. Like, I'm always surprised. I just put my best foot forward and hope, and that's it. And I leave it. Like, okay, there you go. And the audience has picked it up, and we're watching it like crazy. Just the whole, season at one time. I binge watching. I was like, that's so cool. And somebody said it's so good. Shout out to the ladies. Ryan, Michelle Bathay, and Michelle Boutte. Yes, we did it. Yeah.
Jill Scott's in the building. I'm getting a lot of questions. People have lots of questions for you.
Okay.
This is funny, but I love it because this is when you tell people to pay attention. Tyler Chronicles, what up, Tyler? Said, was taking a walk in the park after dark ever a really good idea in Philly?
Probably not. Now that I think about it, it probably wasn't that good of an idea. But there were places that you could go, like Fairmount Park, certain parts of it, you could walk on the drive at times. That was definitely cool and beautiful by the water. You had to drive somewhere or catch a bus somewhere to take a walk. You couldn't necessarily go through the hood. You get yourself into a little bit of trouble.
Could be trouble.
Yeah, that somebody said it depends on, the part of Philly that you're in, and it still does. Yep.
Lots of people ask, will there ever be another Sugar Water Festival?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. It all depends on our schedules. As far as I know, Queen Latifah, she has a new TV show coming out.
Right.
Probably already done. And Erykah's working, and I'm working. I don't know. Was somebody not North? Penn's Landing, right? Kelly Drive, right? You could walk in those parts of Philly.
Philly represented South.
Hey Philly, to my bed, and you know that. I was supposed to say it like that. I don't even know. Like that.
There were lots of questions about your energy, your light, and before we get to that, there were lots of comments, not questions, about your energy and your light and your aura that you portray through your music and just being you right here on the screen. Some people, there were some questions about why do you feel, if you feel that way, that a lot of young women out here tend to follow some of the more ratchet trends or ratchet things that are popping versus following a Michelle Obama thing or a Jill Scott thing, or if you will.
I don't know if they're aware of how much they have. And there's an immediacy to that that's attractive. And it works. It works. But I think I'd like to stick more with the not being aware of how diverse you can actually be as a Black woman. We seem to find these little pockets of ourselves and decide that that's all that we are. And it's really unfair to the Creator. That's the way I see it. It's really unfair. He gave you, she gave you, he gave you, they gave you all of this stuff. All of this. There's your intelligence, there's your heart, there's your mind, your soul, your energy, your interest, your passions, your vices, your idiosyncrasies, all of these incredible things that make up a human being. And what seems to happen to me is, like, you get stuck in this one thing, this one way of being, and it probably will work, for a while, hugely successfully. I've seen that, and bravo. But I always felt like, don't you go get tired at some point? I don't know. I do know. I can't make up anybody's mind for that. Right. I just think it's all about, for me anyway, it's about being all of myself. Like, I don't want to shortchange me. I'm a mom. That's a whole other job, a whole other mindset. There's so many things to think about being a mother,
right?
Being a sister, being a daughter, being a niece, being an employer, being an employee. You know, I'm all of these things. Being a teacher, being a student. You know, I don't know how to fit in boxes. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But if, you know, I can't imagine that's all that any woman is. You know,
right?
I can't imagine it. For instance, I was at a strip club, right?
Stop the phone.
And
stop the pressing.
Yes.
This is why I love you.
So I had never been.
Finish your story.
I knew what I wanted. I wanted to watch the men. I wanted to see their eyes. I wanted to watch what happens to them. I'm a voyeur by nature. So I wanted to see what happens to their eyes. Some dudes were like, oh, you know, lost, and they just transfixed. Some dudes were like, you know, they're real hard and, you know, not just like, this is nothing. I see this all the time. You know what I mean? Some were handling business. Long story short, the DJ announced my name. And I was like, what? I didn't want to do that. I also had some other plans, but he ruined all that by announcing my name. Anyway, so...
Did those plans include hurling money in a precipitous manner at an alarming rate?
I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't do that. No, that's for the gentleman that I'm with to do. That's his his prerogative.
What were your plans?
Well, truth be told, at the time, I'm a poet and a writer. So, you know, I pick which woman to dance, which dancer. I don't like the dancers who are dead in their eyes. You've seen this before.